Yeah. All right, we're back for another live edition of another wonderful episode of the Just Us Show with yours truly, King Jacob and Queen Unique, and with special guests, T Quest, music innovator, music executive, she teaches the youth, music influencer. So, she does it all. So, we're back. So, how's everyone this evening?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Good. Hey, y'all.
Doing well, doing well, doing well. So, this is adult conversations, and we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty. So, I hope some people gonna send some prayers for us because after this segment, we're gonna need all the covering that we can get. So, this is a star splendid topic about the music industry and what goes on behind closed doors in the music industry. So, this topic is sexual ties in the music industry. And so, before we even get started, just want to let T Quest introduce herself and where she's from and what does she do and all that good stuff that she does in the entertainment industry. And so I'll just let her take the floor and introduce herself to the audience.
Thank you. Before I start, is this going to be open to the public?
It is.
Yes.
Okay. Because I was trying to share it from your page, and your icon says it's only public to your friends. So if I share it, my friends won't see it.
Okay, let's see.
Um,
Let's see what's going on with that. It should be open to the public, sweetie. Let's see.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, if you just change the
and
people
they can
icon.
also go to right. Will do. No problem at all.
Thank you, love.
And they can also go to the UB podcast, which it is on Facebook as well. So,
Okay.
and it's live streamed from there as well.
Okay. I just wanna I was telling some people about the interview. I want to make sure that they tune in and support.
Right,
And
right. Of course.
what's the Facebook fan
I do
page?
thank you.
You said UB
The UB podcast.
podcast. Okay.
Yep. The UB
All right.
podcast. Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. I want to share that so people can see it.
Okay.
All right. Beautiful. I want to first start off by saying thank you for allowing me to be on you guys' platform this evening. I'm super excited. For the people who don't know, I go by the name T Quest, the owner of T Quest GLM. I am a recording artist. I am a radio personality. I have the T Quest show, the Captain Quest show, the Windy Escape podcast, the Raw Honey show. I have my own radio station, GodLoveMeWorld.com as my website. My radio station is Gotta Love Me Radio, home of the music and conversations you want to hear. I'm on 15 other radio stations as a personality. I am an event host and anchor. I do comedy, I do music, I do writing, I do DJing. I have a graphic design business. Like when I say I live and breathe this industry, like it's my whole entire world. It's my everyday from the moment I wake to the moment I go to sleep. Like this is my life. And I'm just gonna stop there. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much who I am. Mm-hmm. Oh, and I'm from Connecticut. I remember
Yes,
you
she
asked me
does
as
it
well.
also.
Definitely.
Right.
And I love every moment of it. Mm-hmm. Well, most moments, the good stuff.
All right. All right. So we'll definitely get started with this topic, oh man, sexual ties in the music industry. Man,
What does that
that can go
mean? What does that
so many
mean?
different ways. Um, in the music industry, there's a lot of different sexual ties in the music industry. It could mean favors to get people to the top. It can mean that the executives want to fraternize with the artists, and if the artists don't comply or approve of this, it can be some setbacks in their career. And so, with that being said, it goes on in the music industry a lot. And so, especially when to when it comes to some of our, dynamic female artists in the music industry, they've had all type of uh, situations, and some have quit. I heard well-known singer Stacey Lattisaw say that's why she left the music industry, because of that right there. So I just want to chime in on that and talk about that. And once you want to open up the floor for UT Quest, so you can chime in on the topic and give us your expertise with you being a female in the music industry as well.
Yeah. Well, everything you're saying is true. And that's what they always tell you. If you're going to be in this industry, you have to have thick skin. But at the same time, just because I have a dream of being a singer, rapper, dancer, DJ, or whatever, it shouldn't have to be as hard as a lot of people have made it for certain people. And I've personally definitely experienced it throughout the years. When I first started, right after school, went straight into doing music and stuff full time. It definitely wasn't an easy journey. From simple conversations like, "Hey, do you have a boyfriend or a husband?" So I'm like, "Huh?" They're like, "Oh no, because we just don't want any problems." Sometimes they interfere, and I'm like, oh, "Okay, that makes sense." But in reality, it's more the fact we don't want any problem, because when I try to step to you, I just want to make sure ain't nobody coming to step to me. It was
Mm.
plenty of times when I'm just going to meetings with producers and they're over here trying to steal my cookie. I'm like, "Look, I just came here to get a beat." You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, they're pushing up on me, and to the point I have to fight them. I shouldn't have to fight grown men off of me when I'm just here just to do music, just to live my dream. And it was always uncomfortable. As many nights I've cried myself to sleep. But when people ask me, "How was your meeting?" I was like, "It was fine." But in reality, it never was. You shouldn't have to go through that, especially being young. All you want to do is live your dream. It shouldn't have to be this complicated. Even when that situation happened with R. Kelly, and I wrote about it in one of my blogs, and I titled it "I Survived R. Kelly." They're like, "What do you mean? This is just clickbait."
Wow.
I'm like, "Well, if it's clickbait, click it." Read the bait.
Right.
And what I was trying to tell them was, me and my sisters did go to an R. Kelly concert, and they did um, ask us if we wanted to get, on the bus to see him and stuff, because it's R. Kelly. But my sisters and stuff was like, "No, why would we want to do that? Like, we're young. That's kind of weird." But in my eyes, is if they weren't with me, it was just me. I'm pretty sure I would have went on R. Kelly's bus, because I'm the only one that was inspiring to be an entertainer. So who knows what would have happened? There's plenty of times we
Mm.
want to work with like publicists, and they're like a big deal, and they wouldn't take me on as a client because they realized they had feelings for me and they couldn't handle it. And I'm like, "Well, I just want to do business respectfully. If you're okay with that." Next thing you know, we can work together. Then I see them give the next person big opportunities. It happens all the time. Up for a movie role, the director started to fall for me. I'm like, "I'm sorry, but I'm just here to do business respectfully." Next thing you know, I didn't get the part no more. It's
Mm.
constantly happening, and it's not fair. And in those moments as a young girl, I'm like, what is happening? I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm out here grinding. I'm pushing myself. I'm working hard every day. Why can't I succeed? Because I don't want to give these men what they want. But
Mhm.
as an adult, I'm just like, you know what? Those doors wasn't the ones that was open for me. And I'm glad that I didn't stoop to a level to sleep my way to the top, because I can't imagine where I'll be today. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. And how old were you? How old were you when you got into the music industry?
18.
Wow. And so when you went in, like when you go into the meetings and things like that, did you have a manager or anything, or you was just going and representing yourself?
I didn't have anybody that was in the music industry to guide me and to lead me like in the right down the right path. I literally threw myself to the wolves and got attacked along the way.
Wow. Wow.
Mhm.
Wow, that's crazy. So I don't know if you know that we have an organization and we actually, and this podcast, we didn't say the disclaimer, but it does not have anything. But one thing we talk about on the platform is human trafficking.
Mhm.
And it's so real because a lot of people get swallowed up in the music industry like that. I
Mhm.
mean, I have a double side feeling. Like one side is like if you're old enough and you're mature enough to make certain decisions, is necessary, conduct business how you see it fit. But
Mhm.
it's not fair to the people that's coming in that have raw talent, good talent, that you have to pretty much be pushed aside. Um, and because you won't give up your cookies, like you said.
Mhm.
Um, but you know what? It happened to males too. Like it happened to males in the industry too, and even I don't know. Like, I think I'm thinking about Ti and his situation and Taiyan's situation.
Mhm.
And what about when the public just don't even really believe, the victims because of
Mhm.
who it is that's being accused?
Mhm.
Um, Even with R. Kelly, I wouldn't watch the documentary that they done because it was too much for me to hear, to be honest. And I
Mhm.
didn't want to walk down out those roads with working with victims and different things like that. And too often nobody believed the victims because they feel like, hey, in the industry, you got money, people throwing panties at you. But
Mhm.
I with me even entering brand new, like I'm surprised at some of the things that I see. Like I'm surprised at some of the offers, people asking to come to your hotel rooms when you're trying to
Mhm.
conduct business. If you don't, I know I've gotten cursed out, like, well, and position. So it's good that we bring light into it. I
Absolutely.
was trying to think about tonight, like how will we even? Usually on Saturday nights, it's like it's just us, we just chilling, kicking, having fun. But this topic right here is like, it's kind of not. It's kind of a serious topic. It's like one side is not funny, and then it do makes you wonder, is the people that's in the industry, the entertainment industry, like, do they really want to be there, or they being held there because of the things that happen?
Mhm.
Um, King Jacob is saying that he had technical difficulties. So
Mhm.
let me see what he's saying. Let me see what he's saying. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I don't know if we're supposed to go back out or come back in. Um, and it wasn't my interview. I was just co-hosting. So you can just go ahead and just tell us more about the music industry. Um, just like what are some of the worst things that you had to do in there? I have a daughter. She's 18. No, actually, she's about to turn 19 in a couple of days. So she's 19, and
Mhm.
she is going into the industry, and I have a big fear with her going into the
Mhm.
industry. She love everybody, right? And I'm not sure if you was just that type of individual where you just go around, you want to share your gift, and music is healing and
Mhm.
talking and motivating and making people laugh. But just to get up there, like what was your breaking point? Because you were so young. At what point did you say, you know what, I got to do something about this, and I need to start speaking about it? Or did you even do anything about it? How did you handle it?
Mhm. Well, I never got to a breaking point. I just grew up. And it's kind of like when you're in a toxic relationship. What are you going to do? Are you going to stay in it? Are you going to fist it? Or are you going to adjust it? I knew as a young child that the entertainment world was where I belonged. Even though I was quiet, I was a little nerd, I knew the stage is where home was. So it was my
Wow.
love and my passion for being an entertainer that kept me going. But I'm like, something got to give. I had to really grow thick skin. I had to really grow a solid backbone. I had to know who I was, not just as an artist, but as a woman. I had to go back and learn the business. So when people are conversing with me, I know if they're full of it or if they're serious. And now I can really tell the difference. And now when people speak to me, I'm even more confident and I've learned the business. So they know not to even try to cross me. Don't come left field because I'm not having it. Yes, I'm still nice,
Mhm.
sweet, loving, and caring. But because of what I've been through, I would never go back there again. And that's why I
Wow.
built my entertainment company to help people not have to go through what I've been through. Nowadays, it's easier for people to get called out. A lot of stuff is not in the dark no more, but at the same time, they always say, well, if you're going through something, you should speak up. You should speak out. It's not that easy. You see the documentaries, you see the movies. It's not that easy because what they don't realize is no matter what you do and what you say, your life is at stake every moment. Even on this platform, we can say something that someone don't like. You don't know what they may do to us. You don't know how they're going to
Yep.
retaliate. But I don't like what she said. So when I see her, it's that scary. Living life now is like walking on eggshells. You know how
Wow.
uncomfortable that is, but you still have to live life. So I always tell people if you can find you a mentor or someone to really guide you properly, take advantage of that in the most respectful way. If you can take time aside from if you are the ones that work 9 to 5s or have children and a lot of responsibilities, if you could take some time to the side to just study your craft, learn the business. So when it comes time for you to maneuver through it, you know what to do, you know how to execute, so it won't be as hard. And then you know that if someone's coming you sideways, you check them real quick. You make them nervous. Like, I wish you would try me and see what's going to happen. Because then they're going to get nervous. Oh, no, she ain't the one to mess with. You got to come in like that.
Mhm.
You got to come in as that
Mhm.
strong woman. Like, I'm here to do business and we going to handle business. Nothing's going left field. And they may try to call you names and say you like, nah, she acting like what? A businesswoman? You're absolutely right. And if I feel like something's uncomfortable, if I don't like it, I will step and I will still sleep very well at night. Because what they try to do in the industry, especially in the past years, because people are always on a power trip, they try to brainwash you to make it seem like you need me. Don't you know what I could do with your career? And you're just like, yeah,
Mhm.
okay. I got to do what? Okay, just like that.
Mhm.
All right, I'll trust you. I'll give you my time. I'll give you my money. Yeah, that sounds perfect. And then what
Wow.
happens after that? So I tell people life alone is scary. You can't even trust going outside. We can't even trust the air
Wow.
we breathe now because of the pandemic. So it's not about being fearful of not doing what you want to do, because it's if you can have the chance to live your dream versus working a job that just makes you miserable every day, go after it, but just go after it the right way. Just like this pandemic, it's terrifying wanting to be out there in the public again, but it's not about not living anymore. It's all about just being more cautious. Wear your mask, make sure you continue to wash your hands, keep your distance so you can continue to live your life. So if you're doing again this industry, find people who really know the industry that will have her best interests at heart to help guide her properly, or have her go to. So if she do have questions, she know how to maneuver so she can still live her dream and not live it in a miserable way. Like, I don't know if I'm going to make it through tonight. I don't know what's going to happen in this movie, because people be on a power trip and it's just toxic. But
Mhm.
life is like Russian roulette. You never
It
know where that
is.
ball gonna
It
land.
is.
Hmm.
It is. And I'm learning that. I mean, but the industry to me seems like that seems like a fast Russian roulette. It's like
Hmm.
it moves so fast. You have so many people, and the crazy thing is just the entertainers are always in role, kind of like they're always in role. So you really don't know who you seeing or what you seeing. Because you used to, even when we look at TV and we hear some songs, we call most entertainers by their acting or actress name. We don't really
Mm-hmm.
call them by their real name. And then now
Mm-hmm.
here, that's who it is. So, and that's the same way, and when they been trafficking or whatever else they're being, it's all about being in that role. And they're so good at it because they do this all day, every day. So my
Absolutely.
thing is like, how do you know who the hell is who? And at what point, mm, I'm just happy that I'm nervous with the stage because I'm not sure where I would be in the music industry. I don't know if I just go and be like, look, I'm gonna go and do this today so I can go and get the check or what have you.
Absolutely.
'Cause
Absolutely.
but I'm glad that you can be a role model for the industry and most of all for the women. Like it's tough out here for us, just even if we are not in the industry, it's tough. Just walking down the street not knowing if you sell this or if you dress to this or to that. It's like at any given second, like you said, you are up for grabs and sometimes it's involuntary. So thank you for
Mm-hmm.
that. Hopefully you can stick with us this time. You want to go ahead and jump in? I
I'm
think
sorry,
he
what was that
back.
last part?
Sure.
No, I said
Um.
I think King Jacob back.
But
Oh,
yes, I'm back. Sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties, so I do apologize for that. But
Told you
yeah, it
down
is
there in
tough
the
for women in
sticks.
the
I don't know
industry.
how you make no music.
Well, I mean, that ain't for you to know. We country boys, so we make music all type of different
Hey,
ways.
yeah. Hey,
You know what I mean?
hey,
So
see? We need a little bit of heat coming back. I feel it coming back.
this
Go ahead,
country,
turn up. That's what you like to do anyway. We was over
yeah.
here being business women.
So you, yeah. So in the music industry, there's a lot of different characters, and so
Mm.
if you can't identify what comes out one's mouth, then you can be lost. Because there's a lot of different lingo in the music industry,
Wow.
especially when it comes to these females. And it's a lot of times it's not just about their music. It's about other things, the way they look, the way they dress, what they figure are, what type of curves they got, how they boobs set up. I'm gonna
Wow.
keep it all the way real. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And yeah, it's definitely about that. So you can take one of the most talented females ever. She can be way more talented than somebody else, but because she don't look a certain way, or because she don't comprehend to things that certain executives say, they'll they'll put her on the shelf and they'll go ahead and let this person that doesn't have as much talent, that's not seasoned at all in the music business, they'll push her forward because she'll do what the industry wants or what society has been looking at for so long. You know, sex sells way more than music in the industry, and
Mm. Mm.
on a lot of different things. It's a mental breakdown. And so the next question I want to ask you, T, is when we have sexual ties in the music industry, do you think that causes a lot of mental breakdowns, a lot of emotional curveballs? And if it does cause that, what would you say to somebody younger that's trying to get into the music industry if they will face these challenges,
mhm.
and men face it just as well because you have female executives in the music industry as well. So now, what would you say? What type of dialogue would you give them so they can, put that in their membrane and so they can definitely understand where you're coming from as a artist, as an executive, as a entertainer, point blank, period.
Okay. Well, what I would tell them is it's not just the industry. It's life. It's life. This is how we are treated every day. We live in a society that is trending. We live in a society where we have to emulate one another, feed off one another. And that's why the music is evolving, trends are evolving, life is evolving, right? So nowadays, everybody's looking the same. The way they do their eyebrows, their makeup, their clothes, their styles. Everyone's turned into cartoon characters. Everyone is looking the same because they're making it seem like in societies, this is what you should look like. If you don't, you are wrong. And then that's where we have more insecurities. And people feel like, well, I'm not good enough. And then they start having eating disorders. Then they start stressing. But no, it's all about understanding society, but then owning your own. That's why on my platforms, I'm always stressing self care, self love, self awareness, self healing. Even with me, I had to fake my confidence going into this industry until it became real. And I still have moments of insecurities, even though I'm great at what I do, and all people see is me laughing and smiling every day, all day. Not realizing it was many times I cried myself to sleep at night, because I'm just like, dang, why ain't this and how come that and blah, blah, blah. But I'm not going to adjust to what society feel I should be like. I'm going to be me because last I checked, my talent was my voice. My talent wasn't my look. I'm not out here trying to be a model, even though I've done modeling before. I'm selling my music. It's my vocal ability. Even as a voiceover specialist, it's my vocal ability. So why are you judging me off of that? That's what I tell people. Once you realize who you are as a person and you have the people to encourage you and you really love yourself and know your self worth, you just got to do what you got to do for you. Because if you really stay true to yourself and who you are, as long as it's, positive attributes, the right people will follow you. You will have your right fan base of your entertainment industry. People will respect you for that. Now, would it be a probably a little slower process for you versus the others that choose to go the other way? Of course. But isn't it worth the slow process? I tell people if I would have
Yes.
given in to what they wanted me to do when I had those executive meetings and stuff, yes, I would already be famous, but I wouldn't even recognize myself. I wouldn't know who I'll be. Bank account be chunky, but would I be happy? Last I checked, when you do your research, when it comes to these celebrities that everyone wants to emulate and wants to be like, those are the ones who have the most panic attacks, the most anxieties, the ones that are taking their lives, suicidal. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because they still going through things y'all don't see. Y'all see this picture perfect person, but behind closed door, they are strictly lost, still trying to figure it out. It's real out here. That's why you have to have you a village. You have to have positive people around you. They say successful people hang out with successful people. Well, if you want to be happy, you need to hang out with happy people. If people are
That's
trying to,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Like if you have friends that's reckless, maybe their season is up. If you trying to grow and elevate, they may not supposed to be with you in, the next phase of your life. So I would just say be you, know who you are, what you really trying to do. And if you know you have a real passion, if those people don't see it, then they are not your fans. They're not your customers. They're not your supporters. Those are not the ones you need to be around. So it's all about how much do you love yourself and is it really worth it?
Mm, that's very interesting. You say how much does a person love themselves, and it's very interesting in the music industry when do you love yourself more and you love money? Um, do you love yourself more and you love the fame? Do you love yourself more and you love the clout? Do you love
Mm-hmm.
yourself more and you love the trends? And so with you saying loving yourself, that's an elevation in itself to really love yourself and know who you are. Because a lot of people in the music industry still have no identity. We
Mm-hmm.
we know they're famous. We see them on the Grammys. We see them on the red carpet, but behind closed doors, they can be in a room full of people and they still feel so alone.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, if you're not ready for this business, whether you male or female, it'll chew you up and spit you out because there's a lot of things in this business that people don't know that happen that people really can't expose because they fear if they expose these type of things, something would happen to them, something would happen to their families, um, something would happen to their bank accounts. No executive will talk to them. No radio personalities or program directors on the radio will ever play their music again. And so, a lot of times, you can be blackballed in this industry. and something you work for your whole life and prepared for to gain success and to gain leverage with, you don't have it anymore. And so, it happens a lot, in the music industry. So, and T, you're right about that. So many times people don't stay true to themselves. Like I tell artists all the time, just cause something is trending and that's the sound they want, but is that your original sound? So
Hmm.
if you're not staying to the originality that you brought forward when you first started making music, of course we grow and we evolve in the music business,
Hmm.
but don't try to sound like something else because it's trending. And so,
Hmm.
with that being said, let's talk about you as a female executive and a female artist. Um, how do you break down the trend followers and the trendsetters?
Well, what I could say as a taste maker when I interview artists, which is pretty much almost every night from independent to mainstream, I'm just like, because we do artist reviews, me and my DJ coalitions. I'm like, I heard your song and I heard it from a radio personality's perspective, a fellow artist's perspective, and most importantly, as a consumer. I understand why you're doing this song or this topic because it's what's trending right now. It's smart to follow trends to a certain degree, business wise and marketing wise. But once you grab their attention, what are you going to do with it then? If this is authentically you because you are new generation, this is all you know, then I get it. But when I see like older artists trying to be hip in today's music and they just look like, Uncle, sit down somewhere, then I'm just like, why are you
Hmm.
doing that? Well, this is what the people like. No, this is what
Yeah.
mainstream is telling you what's it. Because last I checked, that it is probably only 10% of society, where you have the other 90% that's actually fiending for the music you actually want to put out, but you're too busy looking at mainstream and thinking this is what you're supposed to follow. To a certain degree, it can get you attention, fame, and followers, but then what? You rather be more miserable with the check, or would you rather stay authentically yourself, find your market, find your demographic, put that great content out and the content that people want and see yourself soar a different way? It may not be as fast, but then you'll be more happier with yourself in the end. But a lot of people ain't trying to hear that, but I'm like, I'm gonna put it out there. But it's all about what you do with it, how you digest what I'm saying. If you like, at the end of the day, I'm trending, I got my followers, they like this stuff, so I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna get my bag. So it is what it is. If that's your mentality, okay. Or you could be the type like, you know what? You're right. So let me try it this way. Something I really want to put out there. Let me send it to you. Let me know what you think. You'll be shocked how many people actually going to gravitate to that. You just got to do it. But it goes back to
Right.
having those right people around you to remind you you are a gift. You are a gem. You was blessed with a gift for the people, but you got to know how to use your gift properly. Music started as therapy. You know what I'm saying? Slavery and stuff, they used to sing just, deliver a message or, to calm their spirits. Like it's healing. Nowadays, it's too much of a fluff. And more importantly, well, sadly, it's more in our community and more of like the R&B hip hop culture. But I tell people you can follow or you can be a leader. What's your position? Period.
Hmm. Makes sense. So, with you saying that you can follow and be a leader, um, a lot of times, with you interviewing artists, with you being a DJ coalitions, there's a lot that you've learned, as executive and as an artist. And
Hmm.
so, now we are talking about sexual ties in the music industry. And so, how do people get away from that type of situation? Or is it is it hurting people when they turn down certain conversations, or does staying true to yourself really make you evolve? Because you built yours from the ground up. Um, I met you. Well, we talked when you was living in South Carolina, and you was gaining a lot of traction then. And from then to now, I've seen you evolve a great deal. You be all over the place. So, with that being said, you as a female in the entertainment industry, the music industry, what would you say help you gain traction, and how did you go to the next level where so many people across the nation know who you are now?
Well, I want to answer the first question. You can't get around it. You really can't get around it. I tell people I live my life like you see the celebrities on TV. You're on go 24/7. One, like I was saying to Queen Unique earlier, um, one comment can ruin your whole career or ruin your whole life. You say the wrong thing to the wrong person, that's it. Even when it comes to the men, yes, I own who I am and learned who I am, so I know how to maneuver better in life, but it's still uncomfortable. Why? Because if I say the wrong thing, he may not support what I do. He may not want to work with me. He may not want to be my fan. Now, you can't cater to all of them. I've done that my whole life. It's draining. It's really draining to the point I'm like, I'm tired. Either you here with me or you're not. If you have alternative motive and you're doing this because you had a hidden agenda, I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore because right now I have to protect my heart and my sanity. But you just have to know how to speak to people. You can be real, you can be you, but you still have to know, like, the way you speak to an adult shouldn't be the same way you speak to a child. You have to adjust with whoever it is. Now, to the point they become straight disrespectful, then you can tell them to kick rocks. But it's kind of like when you're at your job, your coworkers, you kind of got to tolerate them to a certain degree just to get through the day. So when interacting with people, you got to tolerate them just to get that sale. You got to tolerate them to get that view. Not to be fake, just adjust how you maneuver with everybody. But it ain't easy. It happens 24/7. I literally have to semi edit every time I speak to someone. Because if I say the wrong thing to the wrong person, I don't know what the outcome is going to be. So that's them, like, I'm like, no, I'm here. I'm just digesting what you're saying. I just want to give you the proper response. Because I don't want no friction, but I'm not going to be like, just tell you what you want to hear. Because then that means I'm caring about your feelings more than mine, and that's a problem. But the way I maneuvered through this business, which I was telling Queen earlier, is I had to take a step back to learn the business because I didn't have any mentors going in. I didn't know anybody. I just knew I had a talent. I knew I was going to be a star, but I didn't realize the journey was going to be like this. It was hard. It was hell. I never showed it, but it was horrible. I remember one time when I was going to an event in Massachusetts and it was like a bloody scene. I felt like I was dying. Nobody knew. I crawled to the phone, called the promoter. I was like, look, there's a situation going on, but I'll be there in a moment. Everything good? I was like, yep. No, it wasn't good. But I suffered and got to the event. The one he told me that was going to be so big and so grand and everybody's going to be here and promoters and radio personalities. So I drove up there by myself because everybody was too busy to go just to see that there's no one in the venue. Barely. A couple of
Wow.
bar local people, and that's it. I came all this
Wow.
way for this. Bring your merchandise, bring your promotion, your flyers, and all this stuff. For nobody here, you sold me a dream to get me here. This is why we have trust issues. And then I'm over here, feel like I'm dying, and I still came here early for sound check. Your artists that live around the corner is not even here. You had like 20 people on the bill, only 4 showed up. I'm like, and this is the stuff we go through. How was your trip? Oh, it was great. No, it wasn't. It was horrible. And then the ones I keep selling you a dream, even when I started going to New York for a lot of events, oh, you could be here, A&R so-and-so going to be in the building. Who is this A&R? But back then, we believed anything any promoter said because it sounded good. Oh, it's just going to cost $500. Oh, it's just going to cost 3 G's to get in. Oh, it's going to be 10 G's to get this whole big old package. And then nothing happens. They kept selling us dreams, and you wonder why so many people have trust issues now. Who can we trust? Who can we rely on? But the best thing about in society today, everything's more independent. We're not relying on what they told us it had to be. We was really like survival of the fittest now. We really doing our research. We're taking advantage of social media. We're taking advantage of Google. I can do this. I can learn this. I can promote myself. I don't have to print up CDs no more. I can just stream myself. You don't want to throw me a concert? I'll throw my own concert. You don't want to put me in your bill? I'll do a virtual show right now. What's up? Sell my own tickets. Matter of fact, I don't even go through Ticketmaster. Here's my Cash App. I'll put you on the list at the door of my Zoom, or we can call it a day. Now you have more control over your business and what you want to do. So if people don't want to gravitate to the type of artist if you want to be, you can create your own lane. It may start slower, but you got this. But the thing is, I tell people, if you're going to be in this industry, if you're doing it for the money and you don't get the money, I don't know what you do it. But if you come into the industry like I did, music and stuff is my therapy with a love and a passion. Even on my low days and my low moments, I'm still going to push because I know what I'm destined to be. And I'm not doing this for the fame, fortune, and attention. I'm doing this because this was destined for me. Destined.
Hmm.
Wow.
I hear you. I heard you loud and clear. I heard you loud and clear, Mama. So
Yeah,
the
I
passion
love this stuff.
in the therapy. Let's go into that. Let's go into that passion in therapy. Because me and Queen just had a conversation on yesterday about how music is so therapeutic, and
Mm-hmm.
how I think the transitional of therapy with the music platform is healing power. And so
Mm-hmm.
I talk to a lot of young people that go through a lot of anxiety and depression and the absentee of a father. Some of these kids, 17 years old, 16 years old, homeless, and you know, but they they sit down and go get them a tablet or some pens from the Dollar Tree, and they got all these lyrics that they wrote, and somebody finally just hit them on the block or something, reciting something, and they'll be like, "Well, I know this person, so let me get you into the studio." Now, mind you, these kids are still homeless now. They get into the studio, and they just to come up with something what they've been through, and it's so therapeutic for them when they hear that beat come on and that drum pattern come on with the 808 drum kick in. Then when somebody hit that rhythm guitar string, and then it just make them feel like they can tell the world their story. So, with that being said, these type of artists that has those stories to really tell, to really reel you in, versus the type of artists that talk about the big booty hole, the how much money they made on the block, how much money they spent on their rims, you know um that has no dialogue in their music. And so I just want to hear you chime in on those real artists that you come across with. They have real stories that you can really sit back and play the interview back, but you can also listen to their music after the interview. This is what he really meant when it comes to his or her story. And
Mm-hmm.
so, how do you kind of put that all together when you kind of put together their promo, or put together their bio, or when you put together their artwork? Like, so how does all that play in your head when you be doing all that genius stuff that I see you do? Like, I mean, I see you out there, for real, for real.
I'm out here, son. I'm out here, huh? No. Um one thing I don't want to
Yeah.
do is discredit I don't want to discredit artists. If you are a turned up artist, own that. Be authentically you. Turn up. Is that's what you do? That is your lane. Do you, boo boo? Do you? Right? But don't step to me like, yo, I get the place lit. I'm this and that. You so confident in that stuff that mm-hmm. Facts. Shout out to Lonzy. Mm-hmm. But my thing
Yeah, yeah,
is,
yeah. So, Lanzia, Lun- shout out to her.
mm-hmm. My thing is, I believe in that, and you should own up to. Like even with me, I have a lot to tell. My story is crazy. But I remember like it's my therapy, but it's entertainment too, because I classify myself as an entertainer. So I may do a twerk song. I may do a song about getting money, flexing as a boss, but then I'm gonna make sure that I do a variety, because my audience is diverse and I'm diverse. So I got to make sure I'm putting out diverse content. Even for the ones that have a story to tell, I'm like, tell your story. It's okay to tell your story. But when you're telling that story, remember it's still a business. You have to make sure you're telling the story properly, that people are receiving it properly. Just like when some people used to do songs like PSA type songs, they'll do it with kids. They're like, hey, put this in rotation. It's a positive song with a positive message. I'm like, no, it's a positive song. It's a positive message. But the song is horrible. I'm not putting it in rotation. And they think, well, I'm like, why would you be like, I'm like, you can't get mad at me. I still have a job to do as a radio personality and a music programmer. Yes, I commend you for doing a nice positive song, but the song ain't hot. The song is corny. The cadence is corny. The beat is horrible. It don't even sound mixed and mastered. Professionally, I can't put this out. You can't get mad at me for that. But I commend you for wanting to do a positive song, but you got to remember to do it the right way. There's a dynamic and levels to everything, but the ones that really put a song out there with a true meaning and people can relate to it, I commend you for that. But a lot of people don't know how to put a well structured song together. They keep forgetting this is still a business. There's still a blueprint to everything. This is just the one business that you can maneuver a little different than the others. Like if you're gonna doctor, even though malpractice is pretty much guessing and winging it, but to a certain degree, you can't just go up there and put on a coat like, yo, I'm a doctor. You can't just go here, yo, I'm a scientist, I'm a dentist. No, they're more strict. The music industry is more lenient, but you can't forget you still have to do things the proper way, because the whole purpose of writing great content, putting out quality music, something that the consumers actually want and desire. And you have to know your demographics and make sure you're giving them exactly what they want. So I'm like, if you're gonna do a meaningful song, do it like, yo, I felt that. I felt that hurt. I felt that pain. I've been there, to the point you getting emotional because you feeling what they feel. Even if you're doing a love song. I remember one time they be doing them love songs. I'm like, well, I feel like I'm in love. Yes, come through, love, come through. Like
Right,
that love on time by
right.
Beyonce. I felt like I was in love, and that Boo Rita was like, yes, yes, come through. They was like, were you in love? Are
Uh-huh.
you in
Oh
love
my
with
my
this
my.
song?
That's
Because music,
right.
that's how music is supposed to affect you. It's supposed
Right.
to affect you like that. And if it
Yeah.
don't, then I don't know what to tell you, because I want to feel it. If it's a song, I want to be like, dang, like what's a very emotional song? Songs like, I think it's Aaron Hall, I Miss You.
Oh
Like that
gosh,
song
yeah.
is so, you know what I'm saying, Queen?
Yes.
Like
Mm,
it
Yes.
mm,
gets you when you
Yes.
hear it. Like no
mm.
matter what you're going through, you just thinking everybody that passed away. Like, oh my God, I miss you so
Right,
much.
right. Going
Like
on
it just
down to the
starts,
cemetery. I miss you
you
too.
know. And that's
Ah!
what it's supposed to be. But you're not gonna get that out of everybody, and it's okay.
No,
Everyone ain't on that
no.
level, but for the ones who do, I appreciate it. That's why, yes, I know a lot of people in the industry. Yes, I know a lot of mainstream artists. Yes, we converse all the time. But on my platform, I want to talk to the people that's still trying to get there. I want to know your story. I call it the silent cry behind your grind. You are so
Oh,
gifted.
I
You're a
like
talent. The
that.
world don't see you. So let me help you shine. Tell me your story. What did you go through? Who hurt you? Who pissed you off? Tell me your struggle when you didn't have food or roof over your head, sleeping in your
Yeah,
car. And the
yeah,
part
yeah.
that hurts the most about this, it's more in our community and our culture than anything. And
Yeah,
I
it
don't want to
is.
bash us, but we have to break those generational curses. This is supposed to
Yes,
be the way we release. It's our therapy.
exactly.
So we got to really get tight knit about it again. Stop complaining about the stuff you don't like and take the time to highlight the stuff that you do. There's so many credible and talented singers and lyricists and dancers that's out here. They post the stuff on social media. They post the stuff on the gram and you still don't want to highlight them. But you want to complain about what mainstream put out there. We are mainstream. We the ones on Main Street. Like
Right.
we just put it out
Right.
there for them. What you mean? They here. But people don't take the time to do that. Oh, I wish they had
Hmm.
more lyrical artists on the radio. You ain't gotta listen to that station. You can create your own station at this point. You the one
That's
that creates
right.
your playlist. What you mean? But I just feel like people just like to argue and complain about stuff, and I'm just I ain't got time for it. I don't.
Hmm.
But I'm sorry. Like
Hmm.
I got a passion for this stuff. This is my life, my
Hmm.
everyday life, and certain times I feel like I've taken it for granted or didn't take it serious or let a lot of stuff happen. But I'm just at that point. We all make mistakes. None of us is perfect. We all have fallen down. We all have had our breaking points to the point I'm like, you know what, I'm done. But if we here today, that means we still have another chance to make it right, no matter what it is. If you look at that list of all like certain billionaires and millionaires, they didn't get there today 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Everyone's timeline is different. And my
That's
thing is,
right.
as long as I'm able to wake up the next morning, I'm going to take that opportunity to make myself better than I was the day before. And I don't consider myself human, but when I have my human tendencies, get a little reckless. Sometimes I got to check myself like, what you doing? What are you doing? Stop it. It's like the devil and the angel. Devil and the angel.
Hey,
Devil be like, do it.
hey.
Do it. Angel's like, what are you doing? Stop.
Right. And then the angel
Yo.
sitting over there like, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't
It's
gonna do
so
it.
bad. It's every day. It's every day you gotta
Yeah.
fight this fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just realized I'm on a platform with a king and a queen. I know that's why y'all come through, royalty. Come through.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. Queens. Queens in the building.
So so yeah. So Quest, I want to chime in on some of the comments in the comment section.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Lanzia was saying, she was saying, telling the story. Uh, a lot of artists that's been through stuff might not get approved, but those are the real artists that come from a rough background. And she said you have to challenge those stories to turn those stories into hot sounds. And
Mm-hmm.
you also have a good friend of yours, Mr. Nino Brown, that says you're dropping gems tonight, Quest. Much respect. But let's go back to Lanzia Lun's story, her
Mm-hmm.
comment. Now, all lyrics are not going to be approved by a lot of executives because a lot of the real stories, they don't want that on mainstream. But
Mm-hmm.
like you said before, we are mainstream. We're on Main Street. We're on the front line. And so
Yeah.
with you being on the front line, you still have the position and power right now through the social media platform to get your story on the front line, get it out there. I see young
Mm-hmm.
kids go viral all the time. I'm like, where these babies come from? These babies be 13 and 14 years old going
Doing
viral,
it. Doing it.
talking about
Doing it.
selling water,
Yeah.
making songs about their lemonade stand, 50 cent lemonade.
That's
And
right.
I look up, I seen it 1,000 views. I look at it a week later, it's at 500K.
That's right. That's right.
Like
These kids are they
it's so
doing what they
much,
need to do.
and these kids are yes. And
Absolutely
see,
phenomenal.
I can't tell you
Absolutely
that
phenomenal.
technically I'm, I'm not technical savvy like these children, but I can tell you when I be talking to them on Instagram and Snapchat, and they be like, "Well, Mr. Jacob, you should do it this way." I be like, "Well, email me the instructions." They be laughing at me, but when they break it
Yeah.
down on how they
Oh
Mm-hmm.
market and
man.
promote, I'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
Oh
"Wow,
man.
Social media is
Yeah.
a
wow,
full-time
they
job.
just so phenomenal." So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Social media is a full-time
it is.
job.
So uh,
Yeah.
But
so
to
a question for both of you queens. now I'm not a female. I am all king. Yes, I am. But this is a
Okay.
question for females, and I just want to know, and the limelight that women may be in, whether they're into nonprofits, whether they're into the entertainment industry, whether they executives at Wall Street or executives for E.F. Hutton or whatever they may do. Why? This is what I want to know. Because I love my queens. I respect them to the fullest. Without you, there is no me. Absolutely, for sure. So
Facts.
why the why does in the entertainment business, why do you queens think that sex sells more than music in a lot of situations?
You got this, Queen?
Well, I'll start off. So I am always in the entertainment industry. I have a nonprofit. I'm a stylist as well, cosmetologist. So I'm always propositioned with all kinds of things. I get all the free invites. I get all the free come to this because everybody want everybody to meet their stylist and see who's behind, them looking this way or what have you, and I appreciate it. But I was told that as a stylist, that we are pretty much nothing more than strippers with our clothes on. People come to us because of the way we look and the way we smell. So I've had proposition from men and women, and I have made the mistake, and I have taken at least one of those propositions, and it didn't destroy my career, but I did lose a client, and I brought heat to who I was as far as in the public and being known. Um, and so for me, I mean, I gained a relationship, but I lost the client. And then after I lost that relationship, I lost both. And then I had to go back and look at myself and the part that I played in it. And like Queen Quest said, as an executive, you're just supposed to know what decisions to make and what decisions not to make, no matter what situation you are put in. And in that case, that situation got messy. It was police all over the place. It was total hell. And I almost lost my position in the world of just being a stylist, and people losing respect for you or people thinking that they can cross the line too. And then
Mhm.
just we as stylists, we do a lot for our clients that we serve. We are the ones behind, you can do this, go out here and do this, do it like this, and you got this. And, we carry so much of our clients, be it if they're entertainers, I'm in the political world. So I can't say certain things, I can't do certain things. And sex does sell in the industry more than the product. And so I have learned that, some things for me is going to be slower than it would be if I was taking all those propositions that was brought forth. I mean, propositions from everywhere. If you're
Mhm.
curvy, and I guess sometimes even if you're not curvy, I mean, just I think being a successful woman is all about, who can get you, and you become a trophy, so to speak. So you got to really be careful and, know that you are worthy and really priceless and nobody can afford you. But sometimes being in that position, you could lose it. One too many drinks or the wrong song, I'm telling you, like a certain song for 3 minutes. Woo, you gotta be careful. People coming in looking all fly, smelling all good, everybody feeling right, the money tight. So it is a tough situation to be in.
Mhm.
And then sometimes you do. There's a lot of times you do go home and you cry because you don't really know if someone love you or are they there with you just because of who you are and the public. So you just gotta know what you know, but you can get caught up real quick because it's a lot of money, it's a lot of drugs, it's a lot of sex, it's a lot of partying, and
Mhm.
everything. It's just non-sleep, never stopping.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well said.
And I totally agree. When it comes to sex sales, it's always been selling. You need to go to
Yep,
Museum of Sex in New York. It's been like that from the beginning of time. Hello, we come in this world naked, okay? The human body is
exactly.
beautiful. but we just like in Africa, they'll walk around ladies with their breasts out and stuff because it's just natural, it's nature. But our society has put a negative thing on it that now is sexualized that you have to cover up, right? But then everything is about visual and presentation.
Right.
It's like when you go to a job interview, you go in there chilling with a bonnet, sweats, shirt ripped up. No, you have to present yourself to get the job. And that's just like when it comes to that. I tell people, even when it comes to dating and stuff, if you out here looking bummy, and nobody want to talk to you. But if you out here looking like something that was going to turn the head, then get your attention. And it's not just in the industry, it's just in society. I think the human race is incredible. I think the black race is incredible. I love my black kings, but I love my black queens too. And I'm just like, come on, look at us. This is why the other um is jealous of us because we're so beautiful, in all areas from the crowns of our head to the sole of our feet. So like when I see my other sisters out there, I'm like, how you doing, beautiful? You rocking that dress. Am I coming on to her? No. Why she gotta be my competition? I just think she's beautiful. She's a work of art. I'm gonna give you a compliment. I'm not hating on you. I'm not, oh, she thinks she cute. No, she is cute. Why can't I just give her the compliment? But like I said, it's temptation. Just like foodies. Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
yes,
Mm,
yes.
look at that. Oh my God. You see the way in the
Well,
Instagram videos, the thing just sizzling and
oh.
bubbling and oozing. You be like, mm, yes, right? That's the same thing when it comes to people. I'm telling you, those people who actually eat on their YouTubes and people watching it, that's sexual too. When you got the little lobster tail,
Yeah.
and then people just watch people eat. And like it's all everything is sexualized nowadays. Watch this. I can hold
Yes.
hold just air freshener, right? But it's all about the way I hold it, right? Sexualized. That
Exactly.
quick.
Jill
Something is
Scott
cold,
and that microphone.
you know what
Jill
I'm
Scott when
saying?
she was on that microphone.
Exactly. Everything is sexualized. They don't sexualize vegetables,
Oh my.
about the cucumber and the eggplant, and
Oh
the peach
God.
with the light fuzz and the little curvature with the low line and the juice oozing out. Like everything is sexualized. So we can't
Everything
help it.
everything is sexy though. Everything is
Everything is
sexy.
sexualized. Everything, right? So think about it. I got this acronym called DOWYA, right? DOWYA, DOWYA, depending on who you
Right.
are. Now we in the club and some buster come up to us. Girl, you wearing that dress? Excuse you? Don't talk to me like that. Let a more attractive dude come in and say the same thing. You'd be like, stop. Like you like, come on now. What the hell with that? So it's whether we like it or not, it happens.
Oh
But the
my.
thing is, it's not going anywhere. So
No.
what are you gonna do about it personally? Me personally, if I see a chick walk by and she got a fatty, just like the dude, I'ma look too. You can't miss the thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they was like, well, if she got a shape like on the pictures of the teachers, well, is that appropriate for her to wear at school? Well, she can't help that she's curvy. What's she supposed to wear? None outfit supposed to be
Right.
Mary Clarence. But it's all about how you do it. It's all
Right.
about how you do it. It's all
Right.
about not going beyond the limit. So sex ain't going nowhere. Everything's sexualized. Everything is just nasty nowadays. Almost everybody now got their own type of cooties. But it's all about
Mm-hmm.
what you do with it. If you're an artist coming out and you know that sex sells, are you gonna sell your body? Or are you gonna sell yourself? What you gonna do with it? Are you gonna take
Right,
advantage
right,
of
right, right,
being
right.
someone that's attractive to a certain degree, as you should? Just like in the movie The Players Club, use what you got to get what you want. But it's all about how you use it. Even with me, I know my secret weapon.
Mm.
My secret weapon is my voice. Everybody knows that. And I know exactly what my secret weapon can do as the voice goddess. And it be times I be want to be professional, but as soon as someone say they love my voice, I lean in a little more to see what's gonna happen to them, to the men, the women, everybody. Let me do that to the wrong person. Now the person calling me every day, supposed to be a client, now they would hit me up at night. I want to have phone sex, just one. Like, I caused that, right? Because I leaned in too much with my gift, thinking it was funny. Now this person's harassing me, hitting me up every day. Can I get mad at them? No. I
No.
opened up Pandora's box. Now I have to suffer the consequences. I did that.
Yes.
I was being reckless. And that's what sometimes you got to check yourself. Even when you see
Hmm.
somebody attractive, you want to work with them. Yeah, they could be, they look like they can, oh, look at him. Yes, we'll go good together. That can be my future. But if you're working together, you got to pull back a little bit
That's
because
right.
what's going to be at stake? Then, if
That's
you're
right.
working together, continue to handle
That's right.
business. Some people jump too soon at someone that looks tempting. No,
Hmm.
just like relationships and dating and business, you got to play it all like chess. Don't just jump
That's
in.
right.
Somebody be like, checkmate, you out of there. No, you got to
That's
really
right.
pace yourself. Now, if you and I is working together and I find you attractive and I feel like we could be something, I'm not going to jump on you like, yo, what's good? Oh, yeah, meeting was great. Yo, you want to go get something to eat? We could chill. Like, no, because you don't know this person can actually be your future, but you messed it up automatically being unprofessional.
Right.
Automatically shooting your shot too soon. No, if we're supposed to be handling business, let's handle business. Let's finish the business. In the midst of handling the business, weed them out a little bit. See if it's really a real connection. See if they actually like you too. You can see certain signs if you're actually looking for them. And then maybe if the time is right, once again, think about what's at stake. If I try to pursue them, they're gonna get uncomfortable. They're gonna not want to deal with me, or it can run smoothly. Am I willing to risk all that? I had a friend that used to work with me, massage therapist, and he likes one of his clients, and he actually asked her out, and she's like, let me think about it. Next thing you know, he lost his job the next day. Why? He asked her why she
They
was on a
reported
table
it.
half naked. She was uncomfortable.
Oh, whoa,
you know
whoa.
but in his mind it's just like, she's my regular client, we talk all the time, we converse all the time during
Wow.
massage, no big deal. Not realizing, no, this is your profession, she is your client, she's being nice. But think about your setting, and he lost his job because of that. you know Once again, everything
Mm.
is at stake. Everything is scary. And I get it, we're supposed to be
Right.
open and honest, go after what you want. But you can really mess up your future jumping too soon, being too reckless, to the point they're gonna be so uncomfortable they don't want to deal with you. They want to deal with you on a personal level, and they don't want to continue dealing with you business wise. And then now you're gonna make everything awkward. That's why they said
Mm.
personal and business don't mix, because let you date a coworker and y'all break up and it's their fault and they cheated on you or something. That dynamic's gonna be so uncomfortable because most people can't leave
Oh,
their problems
yes.
at the door.
Oh, yes.
See,
Mm-mm.
Queen knows she did it.
Yes. Yes. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do that no more. Never
Mm,
again.
it's too much.
Mm-mm.
But I'm gonna tell you this: like, if I'm working with somebody and I feel like he the one, yo, the player side coming out, I'm maneuvering like chess. Like,
Ha!
because I don't want to be so obvious, but I'm still gonna find a way to see what's up.
I
Like
mean,
she,
I mean, in my defense, I was innocent. I didn't even know what was going on. I just
Mhm.
kind of fell into the whole trap. I was getting fed. You hungry, like
Yeah.
kind of want to go out with you, and I'm just like, oh yeah, yeah, you sure? Yeah, I'm hungry. So ate the wrong
Girl
meal.
gotta
Next
eat.
thing I know, went out to the wrong club.
Mm,
Came home, let's say Goose got a loose, and 13 years, it was tragedy. So
mm. See what I'm saying? See what I'm
it was
saying? It even
13 years.
happens
So
in
it
the
was 13
kingdom.
years.
13 is not bad though. That's
Mm.
better than
No,
13 minutes.
it was a good run. It was a good run, but
Mhm.
I love my career, and it got to the point where choose your career between me, and I'm like, nah, that's not up for an
Oh,
option.
that's
And
what we
so,
not doing.
but it was because how we got involved, right?
Mhm.
So now they thinking, oh, if you did this with me, then I know this was going down with anybody, and so it was just insecurities there, and then too being involved with someone who is in the light. And I mean, I even talk to King Jacob about this a lot, and we talk about, well, what does it look like if we go get married? You have to really be careful because it can interrupt your whole field, and everything you work for, because back will get against the wall. You're working too much, you're doing this too much, you're traveling too much. Well, what about me? And
Hmm.
sometimes, and Queen, that when you can't have all of those stations and you Netflixing and chill.
Hmm. That's why I tell a lot of people on my relationship show, you can't skip dating phases. You can't skip the friendship phase.
You have
That's
to.
the time
You
where
have to.
where you learn them. You learn
Yep.
their
Get your
dynamics.
data.
You learn when they're good, when they're bad, different situations, the levels of emotions. That's the
Oh
time
yeah.
you learn it. So you know how to maneuver with them. And in that process of them getting you guys getting to know each other, like for me, instance, people always know I'm like, look, I'm in the music industry. I'm not the type like where you know what it is, so we get it popping with the groupies. Not that part of it. That's not my
Right.
mentality. More
Right.
like I'm always going to be busy.
Right.
Sometimes I'm not going to be home every night.
Right.
Sometimes I may be in the studio till morning. Sometimes I may
Right.
away for a week on tour, 6 weeks. Things like this happen.
Right.
Now, if you can't handle that type of lifestyle, then most likely you're not for me. And I'm not going to
Exactly.
compromise it because this is who I am. I know who I am. Now, will I adjust if I could, when I could? Yes. But if you think, there's one dude actually said that, which is really comical to me. He was like, "Oh my God, I'm just so into you. I can't wait for us to be married. But you know that once we get married, this whole late night in the studio stuff gotta stop." I'm like, get married? We
Mm.
ain't even we're not even in a relationship. We haven't even went on a date. We're just having a conversation. I'm like, you just told me automatically you're not my future. She said, what are you talking about? I was like, you
Exactly.
just told me that as soon as we get married, you shutting down pretty much my whole life. And then I can't go
And
late
that's
night
not
studio
gonna
session.
work.
You think I choose late night studio? You think I want to get out of my bed and do a session at midnight? No. It's more the fact that this industry is 24 hours and maybe that's the only time the studio is available. And what
Right.
you worried about? Me and the producer? Because if I want to get it
Right.
popping at midnight, I can get it popping at 9 o'clock in the morning for breakfast with him too. With you sitting in the next room. Are you serious?
Right.
Stop it. You are not the one for me. Period.
Right.
Not saying that you should never compromise, but if you know who you are, be upfront at the gate. I'm a
Yep.
busy person. I'm the type of person I
Yep.
start the moment I wake up. I don't stop to the moment I go to sleep.
Yep.
That's my life. Every time you call me, I'm either on the phone, I'm on my computer, I'm doing
Yep.
something. You busy? Yes. Can we call you back?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Why? I'm gonna be busy then too. I don't care if I'm
Yep.
laying down. I'm busy relaxing. What you want?
Exactly.
30 seconds. I'm sorry, King.
Yep.
You want to say so? I don't want me and Queen to take over the show, but you want to say.
Nah, I'm just listening. I'm listening to the gems, just like your boy Nino Brown said. Oh, the gems are dropping tonight. So, I'm just listening to the gems, but I do have a couple more questions I want to get in. So, um, yeah. Now, so I want to ask you, Queen, something. Nowadays, do you feel like that the black culture exploitates their women more than ever nowadays?
Queen.
I mean, I can say yes with nothing behind it. So I'm gonna say yes. I do feel like that the black woman, not even nowadays. I mean, I'm gonna have to still, explain like that society. Black women has always been exploited, and black women has always been a part of that, economic conversation and seen. I mean, down to the milk that's in our breasts. It wasn't always only there to feed our own children. The life that we create on earth, our babies being sold. So the black woman, every ounce and part of her, have been and still is, exploited a lot of times without her permission and without her knowing. So I'm a
Mhm,
strong yes.
mhm. Absolutely. Um,
Okay.
this is one of the topics I don't try to dive too deep in because it's very sensitive subject. But
Yes.
when it comes to the black culture, we've been stripped of our identity to the point the white man brainwashed our culture to believe in
Yep.
certain things. Even that they try to brainwash us as me and Queen looking at each other as competition. Look at her.
Hmm.
She this like no, that's my sister. That's
Exactly.
what she is. I'm supposed to support her, not judge her or feel some type of
Exactly.
way. But they brainwash us to think that. Even when it comes
Right.
to our society, sports and stuff was built off rich people bored with money and wanted something to entertain them. Think about it. Football, you can get a concussion. Basketball, you can injure
Exactly.
your knee, leg. You risking your life to entertain these
Yeah.
people. So even in our culture, the music industry, we can put out great wholesome music, but they're like, nah, let's do something else. And then
Hmm.
that's all the stereotypes happen, and they brainwash
Mm,
you. No, people like money, people like cars,
Yeah.
people like
Yeah.
dancing. No, this is how we're going to do your career. And there's people watching, just like commercials. Commercials are there to advertise something to get you to think that you need this or you want that. So that's what we did.
Right.
So now every day, people think to celebrate your birthday is drinking, smoking, and turning up because that's society brainwashing us. I'm like, what you doing for your birthday? Oh, nothing. I'm just gonna sit around because I can't go out. I'm like, you can't celebrate your life because you can't go to a club. Is that the only
Right.
way you know of happiness? But they're brainwashed. That's all they see. That's all they know.
mm,
So they in their mind, that's all it is. I'm like, no. Just like Valentine's Day, every holiday stem from something negative, and people try
Hmm.
to turn into something. I'm like, no, you adjust life the way you want. You grown. Valentine's Day,
Hmm.
holiday for women. You get them chocolate, teddy bears, flowers. No, we remixed it. Guys can get gifts too, and you don't gotta give
Yes.
them chocolate until you get them what you want. My just
Hmm.
like Valentine's Day. I like chocolates and stuff. That's cute. But someone gave me something I like because they studied me and what I love. You know, Matter they gave me this mic, something I use every day. That's
Look
a
at that.
Valentine's Day gift. You thought about me. Not the cliche of what women are supposed to get or what women are supposed to like. Just like in our
Right.
culture, they brainwash us thinking money, cars, fame, twerking, sex, being sexualized. That's what make us happy. This is what men like when you half naked. This is what men like if you get your butt and booza. This is what men like, so you need to do that. This is what women like when you flexing your money. This is what men like. So then they emulating this stuff. I'm just like, you guys are so brainwashed, but in their mind
Hmm.
they're so brainwashed that they actually believe that they like and want this stuff. To the point, even
Hmm.
when it comes to sitcoms and stuff, the good, clean, wholesome shows, they don't last long because
No.
now our culture look at it as boring,
Yeah.
so they don't get
It
the
has to
views.
be something. It has to be self-sabotaging or something
Mm,
that's devaluing you for you to pretty much celebrate it. I say our culture like to celebrate death now more than anything. Like, we're not allowed to live. We're allowed to do everything to kill us. And it's like, let's see who can kill each other the quickest.
mm,
And the women too, and the sisterhood too. But when it comes to King Jacob, when you talk about the women, one thing I like to say too with our sisters, we have to start taking more accountability for our own selves and respecting ourselves and showing, value and
mm.
respect within ourselves so that other people can learn it. Is kind of unfair to me that a lot of the melanated queens, we go around and we're angry because we're not getting things from outside, but we don't put them inside ourselves. So, with that being said, I think we haven't stood up for whatever reason. I haven't found out what reason it is to be more accountable for ourselves, loving ourselves more. And like Queen Quest said, taking those moments for yourself and getting your massage and really being into yourself and, seeing who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, you don't know how much you're even worth. We all are priceless, not we're more than money and metals and, just these things. So much more inside of us, but we don't get a chance to slow down and take a minute to tap into those things and
Mm.
understand melanated women got magic too. So we're
You're
magical.
right, and we never got a chance to show how magical we
for
are.
sure.
Just like the black
Right.
man. We are
Exactly.
amazing.
Exactly.
Never had the chance because we've been fighting our whole lives.
Yes.
I was just thinking about the
Yes.
other day. I'm like, imagine if black people had a chance to just breathe, just to be us. This world
Right.
would
Just
actually be a
yourself
better
with
place.
nobody
Mhm,
interrupting you.
mhm. I'm sorry, King Jacob, because we I was about to go somewhere with the Queen, but I know you got more questions, so we're gonna let you
Hey,
speak.
hey, 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 go. Hey, man, listen, man. This is the Just Us show. We talk about music, community, family.
Mhm,
You know, the issues of the black people go through every day, have been going through for
mhm.
the last 4,000 years. So it's we chop it up about whatever. But the last question I want to ask is, do sexual ties in the music industry help elevate one's career?
Of course it
That's a
can if you
queen
you
quest.
sexing the right person.
Hey.
If you sexing the CEO, you got that check, you got that bag, like you set. Of course it can with the right people. I'm like, how many times we don't have sex with wrong people? Wish we had a bag for it. So sorry you had that horrible experience. Here's a here's a bag. I'm so sorry I had to put you through that. Yes, it definitely can. But is that what you really want to do? Of course, society is
Right.
like, yeah, like no disrespect, but there's artists out here. I don't want to name any of them that's actually let yeah, get your bag, get his bag, and do what you gotta do. Or I can help you. Yeah. Well, if all I gotta do is sleep with you to get a bag, and I don't sleep with all these people for free, like I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Hey, me personally, nope. I'm grown. I'm old. My knees hurt. I
Right.
ain't got time for it. I
You
finally
be
learned what I
sleepy,
hate.
falling asleep.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Remember back in the day, go to your room. No, now go to your room gladly. You're
Yes.
grounded.
Yes.
Thank
Right.
you.
Right. Right.
But yes, it's going to happen. It's going to continue to happen, especially with our new generation and our culture. That's all they know is get in the bag, get in somebody else's bag. And if that's all I got to do is, hop on a little bit, then all right, run that. But when you really value yourself, I'm not even gonna say that, no, because strippers do the same thing. They'll take that money and put themselves through college. You go through an uncomfortable season to prepare yourself for a better one, or there's some that just doing it because why not? I just hope they stay safe out there and they probably catch you more than Rona cooties. But if that's your life, I'm sorry that you didn't have the proper guidance to steer you the right way. I'm sorry you didn't have those people to let you know good from bad. And if this is how your life is, I just hope that it turns out the way you want, where you're genuinely happy. And, maybe it'll turn around in a better way. If it not, then that's your Russian roulette. Good luck. You know what I'm saying?
I can dig it. I can dig it. So, um, I'm listening to you queens talk, right? And so, I gotta spice it up just a little bit. And
Ooh.
Queen Unique know how I am. So I'm about to tell you, I'm about to come
Troublemaker.
with the bullshit. So uh really listen to me. Is the power of your twat more important or the power of your legacy?
Well, I don't call it a twat, but the power it
Well,
possesses
I
is
mean,
no, I get it. I totally get it. But the power
hey,
it possesses
I
is
mean,
enchanting. Okay, let's be clear. It's magical, but that ain't for everybody. That's for one person and one person only. And my legacy is what I'm about, and not just the legacy for the people that come behind me, but for anyone that's just touched by me and anything attached to me in a positive way. That's my legacy. Even after this show, I hope that I've touched you guys in some type of positive way. That means I've done my job. And I didn't have to do it with my twat.
mhm.
Just saying. Just saying.
well,
Your
I
coochie, your
think
twat,
that
all the above.
I,
You just
I think that
nasty.
both. I think that both are legacy. To be quite honest, one is not for everybody, but that somebody know that that was a legacy experience, and the legacy is just separate. That's by itself. But I don't think that the the legacy people get the twat or whatever you call it, the twat, the pot. No, but both are legacy, to be quite honest. And um,
Hmm.
I was here, so
Hmm.
but I wasn't here with
Interesting.
everybody. But see that amazing person, they would be helping me actually build my legacy. And so, with that being said, I would be leaving legacy in both places. But the UB legacy that definitely continues when I'm here no more. My pot twat legacy that goes with me when I am said and done. That's a memory. It's heaven on earth. Not everybody can get into paradise, but that is paradise. And I'm grateful for my blessing that I have. So, and I take care of her like she's my
Yes, yes,
best friend. We
yes,
hang
yes, yes,
out
yes,
like she is all that. Like she's stuck
yes.
up, saying she don't be wanting to be dealing with all of that. So she's legacy too, but she have her own special situation. And then we have UB
Uh,
legacy. That's for the people. So we have a
Okay.
private entity and we have a
do you
public
talk to her in a
entity.
third?
Yes, she
Do you
gets
talk to her
first.
in
She get
third
first
person
class.
voice?
Yeah, she first of all, she will talk back to you if something ain't right. So with that being said, she rules the world. Exactly, she rules the world. She's funny acting. She likes her own special little thing. She's very expensive. She can't use any kind of soap. She can't be eating any kind of food. Like she is very picky. So with that being said, she got her own crown and we understand we find alignment and balance right there. But she's only for a special thing, not everything.
Man.
Mhm.
So
Listen,
There
man.
you go.
We in here with two
hey.
of the finest, man. These queens are all that and then some and a bag of chips. Listen, listen. We got to have T Quest back on this show for some more adult conversations. Oh
Yes.
man. So I wanna just thank her for coming through and blessing us, man, on that microphone of
Yes.
hers. So,
Thank you,
you know, I'm
Queen.
gonna start calling your microphone. Yeah, I'm gonna start calling
Hey,
your
I like
microphone
hey, I
Pluto.
like that voice.
Cause
I like that.
the
I
way you
like
drop
that
them gems
voice.
tonight.
You like
Yeah.
that
That
voice?
voice though.
You like
That
that
oh
voice?
Right, right.
yes,
So the way you
right
drop
there.
hmm
What happened?
so
I'm
so the
sorry.
way you drop these gems tonight, so I call your microphone Pluto, cause you drop gems like you're from another galaxy. So, we
Because I
definitely
am.
appreciate you and we definitely welcome you back anytime.
I appreciate that.
Okay, okay then. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Own it. That's right. Claim it and own it.
Yeah.
That's right.
I own it. I'm from another universe. My vagina is from another universe. So I totally understand.
Hey.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Yes, so
But I
you
definitely
heard her.
appreciate
Her
you
vagina is
guys.
from another
Right.
universe, so she has universal global experience. We have
Magical.
over we have unique blessings
Mm.
over here. Like, yeah, we got stuff going on. And our voice get us where we
Yeah, you
need to
got a
go
lot
is
going on.
magical.
I'm just trying to tell you guys, as the voice goddess,
I'm
I
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Hmm.
Ah.
Hey,
You
I
so
think
funny.
I think King Jacob getting a little
Uh,
nervous over there. Like King Jacob look like he's sweating through there. I see some little sweat pops popping up.
Because the
Like,
pleasant effect is
nah,
real.
nah,
It's real. It's
nah.
okay. This
We all good. We all
get
good. We
lie.
definitely
Get
good.
lie.
hey,
Get lie to people. Get
It's
lie to
definitely
them.
okay.
Get.
hey, hey, let the voice goddess take us out of here. Let her give us something just so you gentlemen can go and
Uh,
lay light. Why are you shaking your head? No. Why are you saying no? Don't be scared. It's just the voice. It's just the voice.
I ain't saying. Hey, I ain't got nothing to
You
say.
shaking your head like
T
no
Quest know me, so I ain't got.
pineapples. I wasn't ready.
Yeah, yeah. Hey man, I'm always willing to let her do what she do because she gonna do it any damn way. So, that's what it is.
Oh, oh.
Well, before that, I just want to say for any of the listeners who may not know who I am, I'm not asking too much because supporting is free. I just ask everyone to follow me on social media at TQuestGLM on any platform. You can download my TQuest mobile app in your Google Play Store, your App Store for free. Just type in TQuest. You can check out a lot of my businesses on my website, gotta Gotta Love Me Radio, Gotta Love Me Designs, Gotta Love Me Merch, Gotta Love Me Voice. Like everything is in the world of GLM. To check it out, to download, subscribe, like, it's all free. That's all I ask. Now, if you want to take it to another level, the Cash App is active too. You take the at sign out, you put the dollar sign, T question GLM. That donate button is active on my website. And if you don't want to freely do it, you can just get one of my services, buy some merch, purchase my music. You can actually purchase my music from my website and it'll go to you directly. I'm not with all that streaming stuff. I should have to wait 10 years to be able to afford a bottle of water when you can strictly go to the site, buy a single so I can quench my thirst for the evening. But yes, I just want to say I appreciate King Jacob and Queen Unique for having me on the Just Us show. And I'm looking forward to coming up here
Yes.
again for sure. Because it's just us. It's just us.
Yes,
You know?
yes, Queen, just
Us.
us.
Just
Thank
us.
you, King Jacob, for such amazing guests.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh yeah. She been dope for a while. So, you know, yeah, I definitely had to get on there because we had been discussing me bringing her on. So we definitely had to make it happen. So I definitely
10
appreciate
years
you coming
later, he
on and
finally
resting
got
with your
me on the
presence. So
show. hmm Everything is in timing. This is
can
the
I be
right
great?
time to do it.
It
No.
is. It
Okay.
is. It is.
Okay. I
So
appreciate you guys.
we gonna get out of here, y'all. We gonna say peace. We're gonna say peace, love, and blessings. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna see you next week at the same time, same place. We out of here. Thank you, sweetheart. Peace.
Peace, peace, y'all. Have a good night.